The Drew and Fuse Show. The Drew and Fuse Show. They clean up nicely. It's the Drew and Fuse Show. The Drew and Fuse Show. The Drew and Fuse Show. Yeah, they clean up nicely. Yeah.
Hello. What is up,
Hello.
Drew Pierce?
What's up, Fusamania and all the Daft Punks in the building? How's the day?
It's rainy. It's cold. It feels like a James Taylor song.
So regular old Southern California weather, where you're from.
Right. You guys got hurricanes out there. You've got earthquakes. And it came this way, it seems.
I'll take the earthquakes. Fuck the hurricanes. It's been a minute. I know we've been switching every other week, and we appreciate everybody's patience here. Me and Fuse are going through a billion and one things, but we are coming back with a vengeance here in just a minute as we approach episode 100 is coming around the corner.
Correct. Everybody that listens knows that I've been in the process of opening a bar, and let's see, when this episode comes out, it should be open. We were hoping to open next weekend, but we're still in a little bit of hangups, and yeah, we're going to be looking to open the weekend of September 15th. So when this episode airs, it should be close to that or right before that, and it's just been a lot, one thing after another.
So those of you that don't know, it's an Irish pub, and what I've been told is Flogging Molly's the main opener. Is that right?
I wish. It's going to be Fusa Molly or something like that.
Ed Sheeran, Ed Molly.
Right. We're close to the Bengals Stadium. One of the interesting things, and one of the things that we want to try to do, is Joe Burrow, the quarterback for the Bengals, just signed an endorsement deal with Guinness, and Joe Montana. They just put out the first ad together regarding that endorsement, and we want to try to make something with that happen, since we're so close to the stadium, and now he's with Guinness, and Guinness is going to be a big part of what we're doing there. So maybe we can make something like that happen. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
With that being said, let's bring in our guest. Today we have a great guest for you guys. We met her at Expo. We chatted with her briefly. We asked her if she wanted to be on the podcast. From the New England area, please help us welcome DJ Caitlin.
Thank you, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
So yeah, we were talking about Expo, and since we ran into you there, how long were you there? What was your thoughts? Did you get to see some of the parties we were just referring to?
Yeah, I got there Monday late afternoon. I had to do like a wedding call in the morning, and then I wanted to leave like right after. But yeah, that first one was very a little too 128 the entire night for my taste.
Right.
Yeah, they need to, and it was like that last year. And I feel like they need to bring like people from like the editors, like the ones who like we play the stuff that they play, like the Club Killers people, the DMS people, the Headliners people. Like if they were doing it, like even that would be better, because we would be like, oh, we recognize like that one. Like
I feel like that wasn't a real party. I think they just that he was already booked that night, and they were like, oh, perfect, we'll just do that. It'll save us money. That's the way it felt.
I will say, like, because we weren't tuned into it, I was like talking to a lot of people more, and I wasn't like paying attention to the music. So maybe that's like their thought process. Like, we don't want the DJs like not necessarily like paying attention to it so they can like talk and mingle, but probably not. They should book like a little bit more like, I don't know, a little bit more like enjoyable. It could still be background vibes, but not like literally like the same thing.
He played maybe 20 songs.
Drew was like we were at the bar, and Drew like made a joke to the bartender and was like, oh, I feel like I've heard the same song for the last 35 minutes. And the bartender was like, no, he's played like 6 songs at least.
But no, that's the thing. Like some people like that. Some people go to parties and they want the 128 in the build and drop every time. It's just not a good like vibe for a first night DJ Expo party, in my opinion.
Right. I don't think so either. I just think that a lot has evolved, and you know, anyway, yeah.
Scratch Bastard's party was great though, out on the beach.
Great.
Party. That was
Perfect
really
weather. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like an example of how to do it. Like he like did like I wasn't really paying attention until like the last 15 minutes, and then the last 5 minutes he like went way up and he did like all the trick stuff that like people like really know him for. But no, that's like the way to throw a party. The Tuesday one was great.
Yeah.
Was there a Wednesday night party? Because if so, we missed that.
Oh
That
yeah, that
would
was
count.
a hip hop party, and that was they had like a bunch of people. Melstar like really brought out like a dope lineup. I had like it was like LG, he opened. There was like this kid Dylan, but then there was like Melly Mel, and there was like Sugar Hill Gang with an SB3. I want to say, I know that on stage, which is like that is. Yeah, you can, it doesn't matter who you are, your rider will match. But yeah, Sugar Hill Gang, they came out, they threw, it was actually really cool to see like that on like for the party that it was the 50th. I think that was
All right.
yeah, that was pretty dope, like for the moment that it was. Oh, and then there was also like the guy who did like Let Me Clear My Throat, he was also there. All Star also played. Yeah, there were a lot of people there. It was a really, really good lineup.
That's the beauty about Expo over on the East Coast. Everyone comes out. It just comes out in force, man.
Yep. And the Grand Wizard Theodore, like the guy who invented like scratch, like they went like way back. Yeah, it was really cool. The Wednesday party was good. It was but yeah, Expo was like for the year that it was, I thought they did a good job. I didn't like do as much because I like had like local friends that I was like that I brought out. So I was like spending a lot of time like in my hotel room, just like jamming and like playing random songs, which is just like how DJs hang out. But like last year I would like go and like play at like all the booths and then like go and scratch at all of the scratch sessions. But like this year it was actually kind of cool. I was just like hanging out with like local friends that came to town with me and waiting 2 hours for food at Landshark Tuesday night. That was fun. So I had to miss most of the Scratch Bastard party. But that was a mess.
If DJs hang out by playing music in the hotel room, Drew and I just must not be DJs anymore because we don't do any of that.
Yeah, me and a bunch of club DJs, me, my friend Brecco, my friend Matt Young, Dren, and E-Rock from DC. Yeah, we had a Rev 7 and they would just play random shit.
Nice.
Like Brecco played like Bill Nye, like heavy metal, like he would literally go from like 0 to 100 to 0, like completely random shit in the span of like 10 minutes. It was very funny.
We used to sit and make crappy bootlegs.
Right. Keyword used to. Drew and I used to sit in the hotel room with Donk and C-Flow. They had a SoundCloud page called Stupid Mashups, and the idea was to think of the punny name first and then put the mashup together. So it was so terrible. Like the more out of key and offbeat and like whatever it was, the better. And the SoundCloud page ended up growing into like, it had like, I don't remember, like 10,000 followers or something like that. And it was before SoundCloud, got really strict, and then the page got striked and it got deleted.
I want to do it on TikTok. Like there's this girl that I've been watching on TikTok recently where she just makes like the worst transitions ever. And like to the point where like you have to know that she's a really good DJ to like make such bad videos. Like she'll go from like Taylor Swift, like, and then like immediately train wreck into like hotel room service and then play like a fire alarm and then like 1,000 miles. And like you have to like know how to be a good DJ to be a bad DJ. Her name is like DJ Mandy on TikTok. It's so funny. I want to do something like that.
It's like so there I ruined it guy or girl, whoever that is. I've been blowing up their Instagram to try and get them on the show, but no response. So if anybody knows them, if anyone knows them, get them to respond to us.
Or Bird Peterson is also
Bird Peterson.
Yeah, so good.
Every time Steve comes out with a video, he's one of my favorites.
Right, it's amazing.
Well, we're talking music. Let's talk real music and no more silly music. And let's hit her with a segment.
All right, we got a segment video. We're gonna play it, and then we'll come back and talk a little music.
Hey, Drew and Fuse, Kermit the Frog here. When I'm not dealing with my pain-in-the-ass wife, Miss Piggy, I like to talk and sing with my friends. What's your top songs? A new personal favorite of mine is this. It's the Drew and Fuse Show, the Drew and Fuse Show, and they clean up nicely, because usually they look like shit. Yay!
I've never seen like the video version of this. I've always listened to this in my car, so this is like a first time experience for me watching the videos. And it's amazing.
Awesome.
Kermit kills the banjo on that one. He breaks it down.
Totally. So a couple questions that we always ask is if you have a favorite remixer or producer, and it doesn't have to be about DJ editors. It can be just in music in general.
Okay. I guess for DJs, I gotta give that to Rivas. He's also from New England. For any like 128 like EDM bootleg, that's like I have a ton of his. I play a ton of his. When I'm like in that vibe. For non, I would say like remixer or producer. I really like Kaytranada. I can do a lot of that at like lounges and restaurants and stuff. So he's a good one. I'd say those two.
Yeah, I love Kaytranada. What's you have a favorite Kaytranada song?
In terms of, well, I can put it in two ways. So like All Night would be like my favorite like work song. Like
Okay.
is like you can play that like at work. And then I would say like for me, like when I'm DJing, I would say like 10% is like they might not know it, but like that is like for me.
Yeah.
Or like, and I would never like Got It Good is also another one, like a lot chiller.
Okay.
But yeah.
I love 10%. I mean, it's familiar just because it's Cali, right?
Yeah.
Cali Uchis. Yeah. So, you know, it's a vibe.
Yeah.
All right.
One of the things that we do is we talk Serato top 5. If you have it pulled up, we can talk your top 5 most played songs in Serato.
Okay. Well, mine's different because of expos. So like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
Okay,
we like it all. Doesn't matter.
Number expos them just because like of my tablism stuff. So like Scratch Sentence is number 1 with 449 plays, but that's just because I will do that.
Is it one you made? Is it from I think DJ Scene has a pretty popular one? Is it?
So I take lessons with DJ Shorty like every other week. So when I started like turntablism stuff like a couple of years ago, she gave like a Scratch Sentence, and I've just been using that one ever since.
Okay.
Cool.
And then so like ZZ and 18 plus, I'm not gonna count those because I don't really play those like when I'm like working, and like that's really just for like expos because I have like tone plays that I go into them with them. But so my first like my real top 5, Crazy in Love by Beyonce, Uproar, Refresh, Party Edits. That's like it switches. It goes like 1, 2, 2, 1, and then it goes into Uproar from Party Up.
Oh yeah, it's a good one.
Return of the Mac, The Motto, and then Worth It.
What was the last one?
Worth It. Because I'll go from like Autopilot Trick is like Worth It into Work It by Missy Elliott, and so like Work It is actually number 6 because I'll literally go one into the other like right after.
There's only one Digital Dave band song on there, so that's not bad.
What does he not like?
Crazy in Love is
Crazy in Love.
I'm getting a little sick of it. I've actually started like playing it less because I just play it like way too much. But it's just like so easy to like scratch in, and like I'll go into like booty sometimes for the right crowd.
We love it. We're just saying the Digital Dave.
Yeah.
We both love it, but we're saying Digital Dave. It's on the Do Not Play Digital Dave list, which is on the Daft Punk's Facebook group. If you haven't explained it yet.
Yeah, we got a whole Spotify list, and it is labeled "shit that pisses Digital Dave off."
Amazing. I
So
love it. Oh my god.
yeah, so you can check that out. If we need to add any more songs that we're missing, I think Dave told us at Expo we're missing a few songs, so we got to get them on there.
No,
But
it's a great list.
I think that's a good list. Yeah, I agree. With regards to it a little bit, you said you are doing stuff at expos, and I've got this is two questions, so I'll come back around to the second part. But what like are you working for like a speaker company? Or are you like what specifically at expos are you doing?
So I guess the first expo I didn't do anything. First time I showcased was at NAM. I played for Stokyo and Technics, and then I also was Shorty has a thing where she has like a bunch of girls scratch. That was like NAM in April, or no, NAM in June. And then Expo, the next Expo, Eliza asked me to showcase for Mixware, Eliza May, and then NAM I did Hercules, and then the last Expo, like literally like at the Monday party, my friend Kyle K Fry, he asked me to showcase for Reloop and like Hercules, the booth in the middle, like behind the Technics booth.
Nice.
I did like a Both lighting as well. I'll just kind of like sign up and just try to when there's signups, I'll just like try to sign up. But usually like people will ask me like before, and then I'll just like prepare like tricks and songs that like you wouldn't normally play like at work and like that you would want to do like that would like for other DJs. And yeah, so that's why like my top played lists are like so different because I'm either like practicing them or I play them like at work and at expos.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about impressing DJs, right? So, what is the thought process you go through for these expos? Like, where are you thinking about digging or prepping some of the stuff that you're playing for these?
Well, I feel like when I first started, when I first like started during COVID, like fancy like tablism stuff and like tone play, I feel like people really only like I have to like do tricks that like will showcase stuff like that. So I'll like try to do like a lot of songs that like have me like finger drum transitions or have me like doing like tone play stuff. But recently, like with Hercules and like stems coming out, I can just like play like random mashups that I think are cool, just because it just showcases the stems feature in the Hercules
Right.
features. So
And
it's a lot easier.
I saw on your in your bio, you went to Berklee School of Music for piano. So like a lot of that tone play actually makes sense, right? Because you understand
I mean, honestly,
what it is.
Yeah, how it happened was like I was watching like videos in COVID and I saw like A-Track do a tone play video and I was like, that's really cool. I want to try to recreate it. And I downloaded the 2 songs and then I know that you can't bite. So I was like, let me figure out how to make my own. So I thought of the first like song with isolated tones I could think of, and that was ZZ. And that's why I have a ton of plays on ZZ. And then I thought of like the first song that it like sounded similar to, and I did Blueberry Fago, and that was like one of the first videos that I ever posted. And then like kind of just went from there.
That's awesome. I think it's dope that you actually are fluent in piano and do it, because you hear so many of these guys trying to tone play, but it's just not in key or doesn't even sound like anything close to it. So
Yeah. I usually I have to do it right. Like it just have to do it right, because if I know how to, then like why not? The only exception is if like I have to like if I only have like 8 buttons and I have to like press one down, I'll just like scratch it or something instead of the note. But like more often than not, I'm like I have to do it right.
yeah.
Did you take a DJ class at Berklee then?
Yeah, so actually I took turntables. So at Berklee you have to take intro to turntable technique. So I took that with this guy Radar, and then I took the advanced DJing classes with JD, and JD was like a big help to like figuring out like who I was. Cause like I remember like we always talk about like one of the first class periods, like I walk in and he like understands that I'm like coming from like a different DJ background. Like I know what I'm like, I've been DJing before. And he asks like, so are you a mobile open format DJ? And I go, what's that? Like, I literally knew nothing. I had just been like shadowing people like at bar mitzvahs and stuff. But yeah, that class, like he had us do like, there was like a decades homework. There was wordplay homework. There was like we had to like make a 5-minute mix, and like we had to like scratch for 8 bars in the last midterm. I remember playing like a Christmas song and then putting like Cardi B over it, but like lowering the EQ because like stems didn't exist yet. And yeah, he like really helped like figure out how to like, he taught me how to like DJ for clubs without me realizing it until like after I graduated. And then I kind of just like really missed touching like that industry level equipment, because the room in Berkeley is like, at the time it was I want to say Newmark turntables, and then like CDJ Nexus 2s, and the I don't know, the club mixer that everybody uses, not the S9s, but that one. And then
The 900.
yeah, the 900.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so we were basically using like industry level equipment, and like at Berkeley you could just walk in and like practice however long you wanted as the lab was open, and I couldn't do that after I graduated. So he basically said like, go to all the clubs, go to all the big nightclubs, like figure out how to DJ, like listen to what they're playing. And then I like didn't know like where he was going with that, but then like end of September he like asked me to like open for him at Shrine. And then I had my first gig New Year's 2020, last gig St. Patty's Day 2020, COVID hit, and then the rest of life happened. But yeah, that was like pre-COVID, pre-Berkeley DJing, and JD really helped a lot.
Yeah, shout out JD. We love JD.
Yeah, JD.
So I'm sure he'll listen to this episode, and if he's listening, we now know that you're a good teacher, JD.
Yeah, he's one of the
You've
best
passed.
teachers. Yeah, for real.
You've passed the test.
Yeah.
We watched his he posted it right after our episode. He did his end of the year mix, and he has all the lights going on in the show, and everyone's sitting around. I was like, it's fucking dope.
Yeah, it's so cool. Yeah, he would set up all his uplights, and then he would do like visuals for the club. Yeah, and it's cool because like some of the tricks that like I do at work, I like invented like in his class, and it's just like I'll go from like, I remember the wordplay homework I invented like, or I did like not invented, like I did like DNA into that's what I like. I got a condo, and then I still do that like today, like after one. And yeah, it's just cool because like that really helped me figure out like, just like it was like the start to like figuring out who I was just like as a DJ and like what I liked.
Yeah.
Right. So just to kind of set the record straight, so you really, before 2019, you weren't DJing at all. You were just music, like in music.
Okay, so there are multiple ways to answer this question. So whatever DJing is, I really started, I had like a Newmark 200 controller when I was like 19, and I had like, I think like DJ or something. Yeah, I had like DJ algorithm, and I was just like kind of figuring out like what I was doing, but I was literally just like sitting on my computer, like going from song to song, like just like pressing it and like not really like mixing or anything.
My question is, JD, on JD's episode, he said that no one knew what an MP3 was. Were you just using the streaming stuff, or did you have MP3s?
No, that I feel like honestly, no, I knew what an MP3 was. Maybe the rest of my classmates didn't, but I feel like that might have happened like a couple of years later, because I'm 28 right now. I was 2021, and that was 2017. So I feel like 2017 to 2022 is like a big difference in generations. Like I didn't even realize that until I listened to that episode. I was like, wait, what? Like it's like a whole college generation different than me. So I'm not surprised.
And Algorithm did have Spotify for a little bit, so that's what I liked about Algorithm until they cut that off. But and
it's now
it's a great app.
Yeah, it really is. Like actually, Angelo gave it to me after the first NAMM, and I like took forever to start using it. I'm sorry, but yeah, it was. I made a video with it, just like showcasing the phone stuff, and I think it's really cool because like you don't look at your laptop, and like everything that you need, it just connects to the controller if you like pay like a subscription for like the year, and it's just like a tiny laptop. So it's good for like a backup. I'll use it for weddings, like as a backup. I'll have the song and I'll have it muted, and then like if I need to, I just have it up, because you can download songs and put it in like your files. So I would never use it like full night. I don't feel confident doing that, but like for like little things, it's perfect.
Yeah.
So you didn't play your first gigs until
On my own?
2019.
So I would say my first gig on my own ever was a friend's wedding in like 2017. But like,
Okay.
like that was like $500 with my little teeny tiny Newmark controller.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
We
Right.
gotta get started
Yeah, yeah.
somewhere. I don't think
I
there's
always
nothing
say
wrong with
like my first official gig was like New Year's Eve 2020. That was like actually like with a crowd that like I didn't know at a bar.
Right.
And but like before, and then my first gig was like opening for JD. Like, but that was like open.
Right.
Um,
So you weren't really playing out much until that 2019 New Year's Eve gig, and then you were starting to play more, and then the pandemic happened,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So were you on Twitch during that time where everything was shut down?
Yeah. I did Twitch for a little bit. I hated that. But
As did I.
because that's all I had. And I was like, I hate this. I want to go back to outside. But we did like it was kind of cool. We did like live streams for charity and stuff. Like me and a bunch of friends, we raised a bunch of money for the Boston Food Bank. And then I met a bunch of people through like Instagram live thing called Club Quarantini. And like a lot of those friends I like still have from today. And so like there was a lot of cool things that came out of COVID, like and like those Jackbox sessions, or like we would play like Zoom cards. I have Zoom lessons, like all of the teaching stuff that happened over Zoom. Like I didn't meet like my two like private teachers until like 2 years later, and I kind of am grateful for it because if they didn't have COVID, then they would be too busy like touring and stuff, and they wouldn't have had time to like regularly teach everybody.
Right.
but you're still doing a different path. Like you're doing a lot of the turntablism, the showcasing, right? Is your goal to still play in clubs and do that, or is it to be doing some of the higher end like Scratch Bastard style showcasing, or just both?
I would say at this point probably both, but like I know that like you have to like focus on like producing and mashups and just like the actual business stuff, but like it's kind of hard because you spread yourself like way too thin. Because like if I it's just really hard to find the balance of like practicing and like making mashups and like producing and like going to the gym and like doing everything and having your own
Life, right? Yeah, I know all about this right now. It's tough. The balancing DJing. Is DJing full time for you? Is that what you do full time?
It's a lot. Yeah. I do probably like 15 to 30 gigs a month depending on the season, and like I honestly don't post about it as much, and that really is a big mistake. I didn't realize that. I mean, I realize it now, but like in the moment I thought like probably like last year I was like, okay, people understand I've been posting twice a week, I work like at least twice a week, I can stop, like they'll see me at my regular bars. I think that was my thought process. But then like my friends today, like one of them who goes back to back with me, he like said, I played with you several times and I had no idea you were working this much. And like so I understand, like you gotta be in your face and post about it for people to know that you're working. Because like I'm like so tired from working, and like nobody knows I'm working. But
and what kind of gigs are these that you're doing?
So it's like weddings, and then across the street from Fenway, and so that'll be a lot of like post Sox games, post concert games, or just regular like club nights, live music nights, like in between bands. And then I also have so I also play with a band that I just joined. It's an all-girl band, and we're called the Femmes, and so it's like 13-14 people. We split up into 5-3 whatever you need. And then that also is
wait, I'm sorry, wait, you're jumping over that.
There's
14 of you, and then but it's like a rotating band, so you just come in. Okay, so it's not,
so like we have
14 people on stage at once.
No. Well, when we do ticketed shows, like so we'll have one show at this place called Club Cafe, and we also did a show at this place called Crystal Ballroom.
Wait, what do you play
I play piano and I sing when I have to.
Okay.
And
all right.
I'll do like background vocals, and but yeah.
What, is it original? Is it a cover band?
Cover band, and we only do girl songs.
Okay.
So we noticed that like when I first met the girl, the band leader, she like we were talking about how like all the bands play the same tired 50 cover band songs. I actually have a playlist
Right.
that I made for a bar called like overplayed band songs that bar.
That's a great
Love that.
playlist.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
What is
and
that?
it's like all
Play
guys.
that funky music, white boy. Oh,
Jesse's Girl,
You hear that?
Love
Journey,
Shack.
Don't Stop Believing.
American Girl, My Own Worst Enemy. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So Ain't It Fun? You Make My Dreams Come True, Mr. Brightside, Sweet Home Alabama, Shut Up and Dance,
yeah.
Party in the USA, Semi Charmed Life, Sugar We're Going Down, Stacy's Mom. Like so, like all of those, most of them are dudes, and so like our list is like mostly girl songs. So like we'll do like our shows usually will go from like the 60s to now. So like Janis Joplin, Aretha Franklin, Donna Summer, ABBA, and then Whitney Houston, and then we'll like move like Britney, Alanis Morissette, and we'll move like closer to like 2000, and we'll do like all the music.
That's so you're doing piano and like main singing vocals? You step away from the piano and you get out in the front, or no?
Well, no, I really just play piano, and then when I have to do lead, when there's like 5 of us and like only one singer, I'll like sing and play.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope. I'd love
Yeah.
to see that. I'm gonna be in Boston here in a couple weeks, so
yeah,
maybe if you guys are playing.
Yeah, for sure. And then so that, and then I have occasional drag bingo from at this place called Time Out Market, and that's like once a month. And then I'll do Josh Carl. He books like at a bunch of places, so I'll get bookings from him. And then I play at a sushi restaurant up north in Burlington, Mass, called Karma. And then I'll do like random pop-ups for friends that like will ask, and just like people that hit me up on the internet. And I'm trying to get better at like figuring out like what's a good gig to take and like what's not. Like sometimes I'll show up at a gig and think it's like a bar thing, and I'll realize it's like a corporate buyout for a party, and I'll be like, what? I thought this was like your work after party. What? This is like an corporate buyout. Like I should be making more. So like I'm trying to get better at like figuring out like what I'm getting into before I take it, because I'm usually just like, yes, I need the money, and I'll just
Right. Is there anything else with music you want to ask her?
No, so one of the things that I was just curious is, as somebody that, kind of was taking gigs shortly before the pandemic and then going into the pandemic, like, obviously you're a musical person, you went to school for music, so your situation's a bit different than a lot of times DJs that start DJing have never done anything musical before. So you're already a step ahead of a lot of people, I feel, because of all that. But did you feel like there was any challenges coming out of the pandemic, like since you were kind of, weren't DJing out much before that, and then, or do you feel like, once it was over, it was like it just started right up for you and everything was good?
Kind of, yeah, because like everything, I was doing gigs like during COVID, and like the restaurant gigs, I don't know if you guys did that, where like you weren't allowed to make them dance. And
Right.
it kind of was just like a gradual build up process, and then like once the city reopened, it reopened like on my birthday, and I opened for Jason Smith, who opened for Rick Ross, and that was like the start. And then after that weekend, I was booked like twice a week until.
Was Boston as strict as everywhere else?
Yes, I'd want to say they were one of the strictest.
More stricter, I think, yeah.
Based on the attitudes of my friends online. But honestly, like, I haven't really, like, the places that I've been playing, they've been playing. I haven't noticed, like, maybe I'm not in tune with things very much. I haven't noticed businesses being affected that much. I don't know. Back then, I'm sure that, no, they definitely were. What am I saying? But, like, recently, like with COVID cases, I don't think they're being affected. Like I've heard people talking about how we're going to go back into lockdown, and hopefully not. But yeah, I don't really think that there were too many challenges. I think that it was just a challenge of like being overbooked, and I would just be like, where I am now, being like, I'm so tired. I haven't done anything other than like DJ. And that will like build up and cause more problems. Like sometimes I'll go months and I won't download new music because I'll just be so tired like during the week. and I'll just like,
Yeah.
like gig to gig. But
Okay, so you're very well rounded. You're working your butt off. How do you also are a boxer? So how do you find time for all this stuff? I guess that's what's making you so exhausted. And we just want to explain the boxing stuff that you're doing.
So I actually the boxing is only temporary. I'm really just into like MMA in general, but I do that during the week at a place called Citadel Martial Arts, and I am well, right now I'm boxing like every day, and I'm preparing for a match at the MGM Grand in right across the street from Fenway, and it's gonna be for charity, and whoever like buys tickets, it like goes towards my charity fundraiser, and like people can also just donate or like live stream, and that goes towards the charity. And yeah, I'm just fighting another girl to knock out cancer. They asked me to do it like 2 weeks ago because somebody dropped out, and so they've actually been preparing since like early June, and so I'm going in with like half the amount of time. But I've also been doing jujitsu, and I've been doing like Muay Thai for a while, which is like a Thai martial art form for people who don't know. And so I've been preparing. I've like been prepared like up until that point. But yeah, October 12th, it's called Haymakers for Hope, and it's just a charity boxing match that's gonna happen. And then when I'm done with that, I'm gonna go back to jujitsu and Muay Thai and MMA, and that's like kind of how I balance out DJing. Because when I was actually more exhausted when I was only doing DJing because that was like the only thing I could focus on. And yeah, when I found MMA, that kind of just balanced out my life, and I was able to just like during the day focus on like not getting choked out and striking and punching people. And at night, like I can like come home and like decompress and like download music, and it's gotten a lot better, and like of being able to just like do two different things. So to anybody who's like feeling tired, actually get a hobby, because I think like being able to put your mind somewhere else and have a completely different thing to focus on will actually like balance your life out.
Yeah, everyone's got to have a hobby. I mean, DJing is all of our hobbies, but it becomes work at some point. So, yeah,
Right.
you definitely got to have a real hobby. We were going to talk about what else do we have? Social media?
Right. Yeah, social media. We can talk a little bit about.
You want to
social
talk about
media.
that, or you were saying that you felt like that was kind of lacking? I'm going to edit this part out, but you said that was lacking. But I saw a lot of your routines that you were posting, so I was thinking about talking, like pushing that a little bit.
Oh, yeah. No, I meant just in terms of like bars and stuff. No, I think like just the average like rundown that you can post every month, it just does so much more, because I don't think people realize I'm working. I think they think I'm just like a bedroom turntable DJ.
Do you want to post? Do you want to talk about that, Fuse?
Yeah.
Sure. Let me play the social media video, and then we'll get started. So 1 sec. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, oh! Drew and Fuse, I'm all shook up, you hound dogs. Don't be cruel. It is now or never. Let's talk social media.
I love Elvis in that.
That's a good movie.
So you say you're not posting your stuff on social media, all your gigs, right? Which I think you should.
Yeah,
However, you do awesome routines that you are posting. So maybe we could talk a little bit about all the routines that you're doing, and do you pre-plan these, or just give us a little insight in between these routines and your social media strategy?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of just started like during COVID. I didn't really think much of it. I kind of just like thought it was just like I didn't realize like how like different it was until like people really started noticing it. So I just started posting DJ ideas from song A to song B that I thought were cool. And that's
Is this
really
TikTok and Instagram?
Oh, this was just Instagram before TikTok was even like big. I really don't use TikTok. TikTok is kind of like shit posting for me. I'll I'll go through like random attempts to try to make a series and then like fizzle out, but or just like use random CapCut trending templates to make something DJ related. But
Right.
no, that's another thing I want to get better at as well. But for Instagram, just whenever I have like a cool DJ idea, and it's usually like finger drumming or tone play related, I'll just post it. And it's usually when I hear like a isolated song with an isolated tone, and that's why I can't really post that many of them because there aren't really that many songs with them until stems came around. Now you can do a lot with that, but yeah, like it kind of, I don't really like just sitting down and forcing it because I feel like those aren't as good. I feel like if I wanted to, I could sit down and make one up once a week, but like as of now, I have only really been making them like when they organically come to me. And because I'll just I'll get the idea and then I'll just like, yeah, whenever I have one, I'll come up with it. But like I've noticed like when I'm super busy, like I don't come up with them as much because I haven't really thought of one in like months. And it's
Have you thought about incorporating the piano, like the actual piano, and not just the finger pads?
I've thought
But,
about that. Yeah, a lot of people have told me to do that, and I think it's not that hard to uh add. Like you just add like one more thing into your mixer. Yeah, it's more just like yeah, it's never really a time to sit down and figure out like what I'm gonna do with it because like I'm just working all the time. But after
I know, but it sounds like you're overthinking it because
oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think you need to just set it up and start doing it.
I mean,
or
literally,
even-
just like actually, no, I take that back. I did figure something out a while ago when I was working at a summer camp. I would take out the instrumental, which would have a piano part, and then like play that for like Bohemian Rhapsody or something. I was like doing that. Or like
Where's
that
the-
was else. So there are ways to do it. There definitely are.
Have you ever heard of DJ Inferno? He
Yes,
was Madonna's DJ.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was doing the live remix, and the way he incorporated the piano and all that stuff was just so dope. I mean, he even got to go on tour with Madonna just from doing that. So maybe it's somewhere just setting it up, having it on the side, and just fucking with it.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's something I need to dive into. A lot of people have been telling me to do that.
I think like a live remix of like I don't know, a live mashup where you stem out the whatever it is, and then you put over something super famous like a Staying Alive beat or something, where it catches in, but you're playing that part, and then the different songs playing. Just
yeah, no, those are all really good ideas. Yeah, and I'm really trying to I'm trying to make more time to just like sit down and just like do like creative stuff like on the DJing tables. But yeah, like,
Sometimes less gigs is
Yeah,
more.
absolutely.
After
absolutely.
the pandemic, I'm only really playing 2, maybe 3 gigs the most a week, and it's way better because I'm was just doing so much before, and I'm still doing so much now. I'm still doing too much, but it makes you come to the point where you're like I don't want to listen to music. I don't want to do any of this stuff. It loses the fun, and when you can do less, you end up doing a lot more. I feel like, and more comes from it. More, if you're taking less gigs, you can focus on doing routines, which is going to grow your Instagram. That then is gonna maybe allow you to get bigger and better gigs that are going to pay you more versus having to all the snowball effect of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I've like started taking like less like one-offs and more just like playing at the places that I really like to play, like the in between band spot, Josh's bars, like those are like my favorites. Like and I really try to just do the regular gigs, and the weddings. The weddings are the ones that make the money. And I'm so glad that I'm in the weddings now because that's like I look at my bank account and I'm surprised more than usual. Because
do you work for a company or your own stuff or
No,
your own weddings?
So I work for a company called Meritage Entertainment, and so I don't have to. I get like assigned couples, and I talk to them the Monday before, go over their schedule, final details with them, have all the stuff prepared, and then I do the wedding on Saturday. And it's just kind of like an agency, and it's just really cool because I don't have to do any of the business stuff. I don't know any of the like that side of things, and I just meet the couple the Monday before, talk on the phone, and then do the wedding, and then on to the next one.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, it's so great. It's so great.
Let's see.
A couple of the things that we still have left to do. If you want to tell us a crazy DJ story, let's see. I don't have that. Yes, I do. I do have the video. If you have one in mind and want to tell us, we can roll this video and then get to it if you're good with that.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to do a crazy DJ story. I'm going to play this video and we'll get into it.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy. I like you. But you're crazy.
I want to go to that party.
It makes so much more sense with video. Like I understand now. Like I'm listening into my car, and it's just an audio experience. But now the videos add so much.
Right, and the idea is always the worse. The worse the video, the better.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Hit us with a crazy DJ story. It can be anything. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Something funny, crazy, whatever you want.
Okay. This is like one of the. So at my first bar mitzvah job that I was like shadowing somebody at, there was a cake that they mixed up cakes. And so it was supposed to be a unicorn cake for a newly 12-year-old girl. But instead it was a penis. And onto the floor. And the girl was very naive and very young, and she goes, "Mommy, that's an ugly unicorn." And
It is.
like,
They are.
standing in front of the cake for like a solid several minutes, like taking photos with it. I'm like, what is happening? And then like eventually like all the kids start laughing and they wheel the cake out of there, and they are gone for like 30 minutes, and we're just like playing dinner music and vamping, and then they come back and like the head, they had like turned like the testicles into like wings, and they like
Stop.
and they like essentially changed the penis into like an angel, and they like made do with what they had to make it as unphallic as possible, but it was still like you could tell like where it came from. And
It's like when a kid draws like a dick in their notebook and then tries to disguise it from their teacher from seeing, like it's not a dick anymore, I swear.
yeah, and so that put us like 45 minutes behind. And yeah, it was a very, very intricate penis, and so yeah, the balls were like they had veins in them, and so when they turned it into angel wings, they like and so yeah, that bachelorette party got a unicorn, and we got a penis.
Oh my God.
That was I was looking like last night on like all of my phones for it. I couldn't find it. I was trying to find a picture, but yeah, that was like probably the funniest mistake I've ever seen at a private party ever.
If you find
not
it, you
gonna
gotta
lie.
send it to us.
Yeah, I'm like trying to. I think it's on because it was from like 6 years ago when it was like 2017. It was like, and it was at like Brandeis in like Waltham, like this like Jewish school, and it was just like the most like. Yeah, it was probably the most embarrassing thing for that family to ever have happened. I don't know why.
I wonder how it got mixed up.
Well, like I mean, 2 cakes. They probably just like put it into one truck, and then the truck drove to the wrong. Like it was going to one place, and the other truck was going to the other place. Like,
But a penis cake, you're fucking labeling the shit out of it, right? As something.
Right, that's what I'm getting at. I'm like,
said, like maybe they had the same name, and it could have said like Lindsay bachelorette party, Lindsay bat mitzvah. Maybe they both said like Lindsay B party or something, and they and then just went to the wrong place or something.
I don't know. If I have a dick cake, I'm not just gonna show up to somebody's like kid event and be like, "Yo, let's wheel this thing out." I would walk in,
God.
like, you would think to go read the go into the room before you wheel out the fucking cake, right?
It
Like,
was
you
like,
would
and it
think.
was like sitting in the corner, like they didn't like it. There's no cake cutting like a wedding, but it was just like sitting in the corner until like everybody like was like laughing at it too much, and they had to wheel it out of there. And so yeah, that was yeah.
Who is not paying attention on that? Where like they didn't even put candles in it, you know what I mean, or anything. It was just left out.
Yeah. It was like a 3-layered cake and then like a penis on top of it.
That's the wildest
amazing.
story. It's so good. Oh my god, I can't believe whoever dropped the ball on that one definitely heard about it for a 12-year-old bat mitzvah.
Yeah, that's
I
definitely.
mean-
They probably got an angry phone call from the mom, of the cake company, after that, or whoever delivered that.
I feel like that's one of those where you're like, you don't even have to say anything. The company probably just felt so bad, or like whoever was in charge, like you like shouldn't even have to, because you're like, how do you mess up this badly?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like
Wow.
once you're there, like, and you're at the wrong place, like that cake could have been like in another state, and they couldn't like switch the cakes. So like, yeah,
Oh my god, if you find that picture, you gotta send it.
yeah.
Up.
I'm gonna. Oh God,
Right.
it's probably on a phone from like 6 years ago, but yeah, I'm gonna look for my old positive.
That's unreal. That's so
Oh.
funny.
You could, if you have any other stories, you can let us know. Otherwise, we could do a rant or just the takeaway.
I guess here is a story to teach people to lock their doors and cover their equipment. Because the one time I didn't, this happened to me 2 weeks ago, right as I was getting out of my media day for filming like my boxing match. So me and my friend got robbed. But I don't know what she had taken. They were all minor things, because in my car I had all of my DJ equipment from my wedding, because I drove straight from a wedding to the media day to like film. And like I had all this heavy DJ equipment, my laptop bag. She didn't take that. She took my vape pen and a bowl I bought at a dispensary that hadn't even been used, because I had like run into my car to get a hair tie and run back, and like didn't think to like lock my car stupidly. The one time I don't. But if she hadn't been robbing my car, then the girl who came out before me wouldn't have seen her robbing my car and called the cops on her, who were right around the corner. And she said to the cop that she left a bag of bullets in my car. And immediately the cop read her Miranda rights, arrested her, drove her down to the station, told me what was happening as I was getting into my car. They had to bring a detective, look through my car. They couldn't find the bullets. They left. I found the bullets like in my suitcase. Like she put them in there along with her glasses. I don't know why. Because I found out from a cop friend that if you are unlicensed, it's like 3.5 years for each bullet. So I found the bullets. I don't know what to do with them. I'm sitting there and I'm calling the cop. He's not answering. So I just decide to walk down to the police station, and I run into the cop that had arrested her, and I give the bullets to him. But after all of that, and she didn't take my laptop bag, my microphone bag, none of my DJ equipment. That was all unharmed. But she took my vape pen and my bowl. But either way, lock your car. I am OCD about it like every single time now. Just like
I don't even leave like cables in my car. I unload everything. I'm so paranoid because I have been jacked.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's so paranoid.
Oh yeah,
That's crazy.
I don't leave anything in my car anymore. And, you know, I've even had friends that are police, like, if you don't have anything in your car, just leave your car unlocked. That way you don't even have to deal with the broken window.
Oh, true. Oh, wow. Yeah, because that's what they'll do. Yeah, they'll break the window. That hasn't happened to me yet, and that's why, like, I unload my car now. That taught me that day. That was like, because the fact that it was open, the bag was open, and the 2 laptops were there, but she didn't take either of those, and she also only got down the block. But yeah, they arrested her.
Lucky.
I went back to claim my stuff. It was over. But I found the bag of bullets. She probably got arrested for that. But that was a very bizarre story of how my DJ equipment didn't get jacked. But you should
So lucky.
Right, so lucky. One of the other things that we do is the sauce. We're going to air this video, and then we'll talk a little bit about that.
The name is Bootsy, baby. And this shout out goes out to Drew and Fuse, all the way from Cincinnati to the LBC Bobble. Yeah, I was told you guys are quite the chefs. And you got a delicious sauce that you cooked up. Ooh! And it drips that swagoo and breaks down the recipe. Yeah, and you giving up the pig cause it's funky. As in good, that is. Finger funkin' good. On the one by the power of the one. Yeah, without that, there is none. So get yours and be in tune with the one that loves you. Get it, baby.
All right, there's Bootsy. We're talking the sauce, the recipe. Any advice you would tell your younger self? Anything you wish you did different? Anything to tell new DJs? Anything like that?
I would say like I often would like worry about the future too much, as does a lot of people, but like I'm just thinking about like what I wanted like years ago out of this DJing thing and how small it seems compared to like what I'm searching for now. So like I would tell my younger self like you're going to get there and you should just like start thinking of like bigger dreams, because like you're going to have to keep thinking of like what to do more. Cuz like all I wanted when I started DJing like at Berkeley was like I wanted to play like at a restaurant or a bar like I wanted a residency. I didn't even really know what that meant, but like I wanted to just like play at a bar every week and make money DJing. And now I'm there, and now I'm trying to think of like what to do now. So like, and the amount of stressing about that I was doing like during COVID of like not being there was just like unnecessary. So that's what I would tell my younger self.
Yeah. Don't overthink it.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, for younger DJs, I would say just like finding what places like make you happy and what places pay the bills. Just finding a balance of that and playing for diverse crowds. I'm speaking to myself now too, because I like crowds.
Sometimes
like,
you got to.
yeah, but like finding a balance of like crowds that like make you happy and like gigs that feed the soul and gigs that like pay the bills is just like essential. Otherwise you're going to burn yourself out like super fast. Like if you're playing at like the same spot every week, you're not going to grow because you're going to see the same crowd and you're going to play the same songs. So just finding like places that let you like discover who you are in different vicinities is the most important thing like for a DJ career, or one of the most important things in my opinion.
Well, from looking at your stuff and just talking with you today, I'd say if I was to push you in any direction, I would say going harder on the social media and just set aside time to do practice those routines and just come up with something and you just got to set aside time, because I think that's going to push you even farther than a local bar market can.
Oh yeah, no,
right.
For sure. Yeah, and like not getting comfortable, I would say like just constantly searching for new things to do is something that like will keep your career going, because like you're not gonna like longevity is like very important to me. Like I don't want to be like doing the same thing when I'm 50. I want to be able to do like different things over a span of time.
Well, set up the piano already, man. What are you doing?
That's on the list for sure.
Get that synth going and then work it into some mashups. I think that'd be dope.
Mashups producing is really like the ultimate goal. I've always wanted to like at this point, like it really doesn't matter. Like, but I always wanted to do like battles, and I wanted to do like goldies, and then I wanted to after I do my battle shit, then I do like remix and producing. But really, I'm just making excuses. I can do both at the same time.
Well, that's why I'm saying you're doing the tone play already with the beats. Like, just bring the piano into it. You know how to play it. You don't have to. Right. It doesn't need to be anything more than just a live element that's unique. It doesn't need to be a self-produced, like intricate mashup.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, there's definitely ways to involve it. I have one like back here. But yeah, no, it's just like not even like a full one, just like a tiny like piano that you can just do like a little thing on. It's definitely
a Casio keyboard.
Yeah.
A little baby one.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we just want to say thanks for taking the time to be on here with us today. And if there's anything you want to promote or push or tell people to check out, hit them with it.
I guess, yeah. So now that I'm being better at social media, my Instagram is just DJ Caitlin, and then TikTok is DJ_Caitlin. You just got to spell Caitlin right, CAITLIN. And then, yeah, I am going to be boxing for charity for Haymakers for Hope. It's a cancer charity foundation, and that'll be on October 12th. If you're in Boston, hit me up and buy tickets. Links in my bio. If you're not in Boston, you can still like travel to it. It's kind of cool. If you're like super not in Boston, like you guys, you can like live stream or you can just donate. It's the links in my bio, and that's October 12th, and it's going to a really good cause, and I'm super excited for that. And then, yeah, I guess if you're in Boston, well, when is this coming out? Next week?
Couple weeks, bro.
Couple weeks?
Yeah, a few weeks.
Hopefully I'm gonna hold myself to it. Check my Instagram story for like where I'm playing. Yeah, and because I am playing at a bunch of different spots in September. Yeah, I'm back in the swing of things. August I took a little light. I'm actually proud of myself. It was probably like half as busy as I normally am, except for Expo, but that doesn't count. But yeah, September I'm back in the swing.
It's work. It's work.
Right.
I consider it work.
Yeah. A little bit.
Right.
It's a different type of work.
Awesome. Real quick before we end, I just want to say thank you to you for coming on and chatting with us today. Also, if you guys haven't yet, if you use promo code Drew and Fuse Show, it'll get you 30% off your first month of activation at directmusicservice.com. Also, hit up our friend Briggs at Briggs Beard Company. Get some beard oil, all that good stuff, candles. I got a Briggs shirt on right now. Shout out to Briggs. If you guys want to leave us a voicemail.
Wait. We have we're working on a custom scent for the Drew and Fuse show with Briggs. So that could be coming soon. I don't know if there's interest in that. Make sure you hit us up because that could be coming soon. The Drops of Jupiter scent.
Right. You could smell your whole place up with a Drew and Fuse scented candle. If that's something you're into. Anyway, that's going to wrap up the show for today. So until next time, we'll see you guys later.
Peace. Dude, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Wait, is it Drops of Jupiter? Is that what you said?
That's even better. No, it just Jupiter, like the terrible train song.
Oh yeah, that's I'm familiar with it.
Although the Drops of Jupiter could be pretty amazing there.
Yeah, I think that could be really good.
Yeah. And then Fuse needs his own one titled his own Fuse scent.
It'll be like
you could come up with that.
The Tears of My Haters, or something like that.